Meet George Seurat.
Why, hello, bonjour.
George, well, actually, most famous artists are only called by their last name, so let's just call him Seurat. Now, Seurat was born in Paris, France in 1859, into a pretty wealthy family. Of course, even today to live in Paris, you need to have quite a bit of money. And back then, things really weren't that different. You had to have a lot of cash.
Very true.
So after a few years had passed, 19 to be exact, Seurat went to attend the École des Beaux-Arts, which was a very famous art school in France. Typically, only the most serious of students went to this fancy art school.
And I got to go.
Now, while at this school, Seurat spent 2 years just trying to perfect black and white drawings. You know, many artists just don't start painting and sculpting right away. Most artists start with the basics, paper and pencil. That's right.
I love drawing with pencil.
Now, when Seurat was 24 years old, he spent an entire year, that's right, you heard me right, an entire year working on his first real painting.
I was a very patient artist.
It was this painting, called Bathers at Asnières. You could actually call them swimmers rather than bathers. Check out all the bright colors. Man.
You like those colors, right? Right.
After finishing this painting, he decided to send it to the Paris Salon.
I'm ready for my haircut.
No, not that kind of salon. This was a kind of like a museum where artists could show their newest creations. But not just anybody could show his or her artwork here. No. You had to be judged by a bunch of grumpy people. Well, maybe they weren't all grumpy, but still. Who only liked dark, gloomy paintings with lots of mood.
Bright colors? Blah. Yuck.
Of course, after taking one look at Seurat's colorful painting, they told him that there was no way they were going to show his painting. Poor guy.
It's okay. I don't mind.
But like most great artists, he stuck with it and didn't give up. Now that is dedication.
Why, thank you.
Soon after this happened, Seurat noticed that several of his artist friends were being rejected too for their colorful artwork. So, they decided to get together and create a club, or a group, and they called themselves the Society of Independent Artists. I would call it a group of artists and friends who just, they painted differently, whether others liked it or not. Just after Seurat started his art club with some of his art buddies, he decided to challenge himself with this enormous painting. He called it The Sunday Afternoon on the Island of Le Grand Jas. It's French for big river, big lake. It's completely not important. But what's really important is that you understand how big this thing is. Now, we need something to give us some sort of sense of scale, something big to look at, to compare it to. You got any? What could we use? Whoa! Oh! Did you just see that? A minivan just dropped into the scene. Man, that was definitely not what I was thinking of, but that will work. Now, do you see how big this minivan is back here? Yeah, guess what? This minivan is like 10 feet wide. So this painting that George Seurat worked on, it was over 10 feet wide, 10 feet long. That's huge. Now, if you also notice, right, it's actually taller than the minivan because the painting itself is 7 feet tall. That's huge. Now, something that big, you gotta understand. How long do you think it would take him to finish that painting? Give me an idea. What do you think?
2 days.
2 days? Definitely not 2 days. A week? No, a week is definitely not gonna cut it. A month? No. Okay, I gotta help you guys out. Listen, you gotta come close to hear this. It took Seurat 2 years. 2 years! He worked on that painting every day for 2 years. Yeah, that's crazy, right? I mean, I can't hold an attention span to do that. That's nuts. But he did it. Now, you think that's amazing. You gotta come close. You gotta see this. Let's zoom in on this painting. Come look. All right, now do you see that? Now, do you see all those, like, hundreds of dots of paint? And they're all these different colors, right? That's crazy. Each one is individually put on. Okay, now guess what that's called? Pointillism. That's right, pointillism. That's right, it's the art term we have for today.